Hello, everybody. I'm Asad Yüksel from Radio Medipol, and today we're gonna know Habiba from Sudan, and she's going to introduce herself. Then she will going to share her experience in Medipol University and in Turkey in general. Welcome, Habiba.
Hi, nice to meet you. Should I introduce myself?
Yeah. How are you? What's up?
I'm doing very good. I'm a bit stressed. First time on a podcast,
Mm-hmm.
even though I do listen to a lot of them. This is very enjoyable. Such like a cool experience, and I'm very glad to be here. Very excited for how this is gonna go.
We also glad to hosting you here,
Yes,
and it's a pleasure for us to also host an international students in our radio podcast studio.
Believe me,
Please introduce your department, how is studying psychology department in Medipol University, and your fields, your courses that you take here.
of course, absolutely. So it's a 4-year program, like majority of the other programs. It's I would say it's a very information dense like program. Like a lot of other programs are very hands on. In psychology, it's not very hands on. Like the scientific thing of it could be like biology, and a lot of it are just theories. And the interesting thing about psychology is that it's like a science that can't be tested or touched. The most you can do is theorize and make studies. So I think that it is something that you have to be like personally very interested in to be able to like dabble, because it's a lot of reading and a lot of like theorizing and such. So I would say so, but I would say at the end of the day it is very interesting. Just a lot of information that you have to keep in your mind. But if you're interested in like how the brain works and all that, I genuinely think that it's definitely going to be like, it's going to float your boat, You're
Yes.
definitely
So
gonna
we
enjoy
can
it.
basically say Medipol University has a variety courses that you take.
Yes, they do. They give you like an introduction of everything, basically. And of course, psychology has a lot of like sectors. There's like forensic, there's clinical, which is the most famous one, which is like the classic, like, sleeping on a bed, and like the doctor with the notebook. Like,
Yeah,
"Tell
on a
me."
red bed. Yeah.
Like, so tell me about yourself, that sort of thing. There is like a child psychology, there is marriage counseling, like there is so much that goes into it. And here in Medipol, I think that they genuinely give you like a very decent introduction to everything, so you can like truly experience it all, and then like sit with yourself and be like, okay, so this is what I like and this is what I'm passionate about.
That's what makes Medipol University special
Yes,
for
I
you
do.
to choose psychology.
Absolutely, I do believe that the psychology course here is very good, and also the university in general is a very nice place to be. The community itself, whether it's like the community depending on your nationality or your major, or for example for me, the Arab community would be like closer to me, I would say genuinely are also lovely, and the university like provides a lot of places for the students to be able to hang out and make plans and clubs, and like the international day, for example. Like I find these opportunities all
So you
very
said
good.
Arab communities, so
Yeah.
you even can find your own friends, own culture here in Turkey.
Yeah.
So can we say, like, did you ever faced with racism, or how's the people in general?
I would say that like unfortunately racism is like evident in a lot of countries, and for my personal experience, I did experience racism, and on the other hand, I also experienced like overly compassionate and nice people, like literally like the most random people on the street, or like a taxi driver that like I came to his car and I don't know how to tell him where I want to go, but he's still like adamant on making sure that like I, as a young girl, will go from point A to point B safely. So, and of course, on the other hand, I've met like some nasty people who had very bad things to say, even though like you didn't hurt them in any way. So I would say like, unfortunately, I did experience it, but I think nevertheless, it is a part of life, and you could always like learn something from it, to learn to stand up for yourself, or learn to know that I deserve to take place in the world even if someone else doesn't think so, and like to defend yourself.
So also we can say you don't struggle in culture, I can say, because our culture is kind of close to each other.
Kind of,
Yeah.
actually.
Also, how is the other cultures in Istanbul, in Medipol University? There are many international students who decide to study here. So
Yeah.
how was your friendship, your international friends, your how do you feel yourself here?
Yeah, actually, for me, we mentioned at the beginning that I'm Sudanese. I'm also actually Egyptian, and I've lived in Egypt my whole life. So growing up, I was only like I came in contact with like 2, 3 nationalities. But once I came here to Turkey, which was my first time ever traveling or exiting Egyptian borders, I was like bombarded by like every single nationality, and I found it extremely amusing. Like different dialect when it comes to Arabic, different ways of speaking, different idioms, and like I think I've met like a person from every like I want to say continent. I've met like maybe 100 countries, like people. Like it's genuinely so fascinating, like just sitting with people, having them discuss what's similar, what's different. I think also like it's such a nice feeling to like sit with a group of people that are like very proud to just present who they are. And it also makes you like be proud of who you are as a person and like appreciate it more, because when you're always surrounded by people that are similar to you, you kind of forget that you are also special. So when I was like removed from the community where I was like everyone else and was put in a community where I became more unique, I realized how much I love who I am and like genuinely am proud to be who I am.
So you don't feel stranger, or you don't struggle with having friends here, and also you have many friends from other departments, other cultures, other continents,
Yeah.
even.
Yes, absolutely. I
Also so pleasure, so glad that studying here, because I have many international friends here. I can learn many cultures just without traveling to every country, you know.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Like that is the great thing, is like you learn so much about cultures and you're like sitting in the same seat. You learn so much.
Yeah, so can we talk about the Istanbul? Why did you choose Istanbul and Turkey, and specifically to study here?
I always wanted to like go out for like leave the country, be like an international student, and Istanbul always was like how do I say this, like as you said, kind of similar in culture. It's like very attainable, you know, like it's still different, yet it's very close where you wouldn't feel like a complete stranger. You'd manage to navigate, yet you'd like still be fascinated by like new aspects of life. So I would say, because it's like basically a very close far, like you know, like it's something far but
Yeah.
yet it's so close to
Kind
you.
of balanced.
Yeah, exactly. Also for my personal experience, because also the aspect of religion, because like it's important to me, you know, I'm a hijabi woman, so I would like to go to a place where I would see like similar people
You can
around me.
easily pray here, or
Yes,
like find the
exactly.
mosque.
And of course, like the beautiful mosques here, and of course, Istanbul is a like a gorgeous country. I wish I could like write poems and poems about the Bosphorus. Like you don't even know.
Maybe
like,
one day you're gonna write a poem about Istanbul. Who knows?
honestly, I might. Especially, I tell you, like the Bosphorus, I love to just sit there, just watch the water. Like it's my favorite hobby. Like I could live my whole life just doing that.
So after these like kind of boring questions, can we talk about the foods of the Turkey?
Oh, I love food here. I would
What's
actually
your favorite foods that you ever tasted, or maybe do you struggle with the foods?
not at all actually. How do I say this? My favorite food. Okay, this is a very tough question. I would say food that I was like impressed with. I don't know how people are gonna react to this, but you know, like kisr, like the salad.
Kısır, yes.
Yeah, I actually really love it. I love that. I love lahmacun. I love pide. I call it like Turkish pizza, but I don't know how people are gonna react to that. I love pide. I love helva. Oh my god, I love helva. I love what else? I love like Turkish bakeries, like pocha, achma. I think that's how you say it. Like, oh my
Our
god,
breakfast is like the
yes,
famous in the world, you
please.
know.
I love Turkish breakfast. For me, like this is the pinnacle of luxury. Is just having a full Turkish breakfast. Best day of my life. We need to do it very soon, actually.
Okay, so can I ask you, did you have any misunderstood facts or prejudgments about the Turkey before you come? So what was the thoughts, the opinions, the idea that before you come to here?
I would actually say I didn't have like negative thoughts, rather than very like much rainbows and unicorn before I came here. Like, I think just because I was like young, and as I told you, it was like the very first time I ever traveled and so on and so forth. I was just like expecting this like wonderland, you know, like, oh, just Turkey and like friends and like being independent. So I just had like very much like very high expectations, and they were met for the most part. But of course, you know how life is. Like, you know, I had like struggled a bit, of course, whether it's like with making friends or like dealing and navigating and so on and so forth. But overall, it has been like a phenomenal experience, and I'm excited for what is more to come for it.
Yeah, so, and the last question I want to ask you, what would you suggest for the newcomers or the who thinking to study in Medipol University? What's your criteria to study in Medipol, to study in Turkey? What is your criteria to study in a university, you know? Could you tell us please more the benefits or the components or the advantages and the benefits of the Medipol University, or the chances, opportunities in Turkey in general?
Well, to answer, like, first of all, studying in Istanbul in general, I would say becoming like an international student generally is a very like, it's a very good step for character development, whether it's the idea of independence or like being responsible or making sure you meet deadlines, making sure you take care of yourself, making sure you like navigate every single aspect of your life and you like face yourself in a way you pretty much never did before. And of course it's a part of growing up, but I think that like living in a country like in that way, being an international student is a very good step for character development, character growth, opening yourself up to new things and experiencing things that you probably never would have even dreamed of imagining or like experiencing. But when it comes to like Medipol itself, I do genuinely think that it's a very good university. I think they provide very good courses. I think that they have a lot of facilities for the students, and they give a lot of opportunities, whether it comes to socializing, whether it comes to the campus itself. For example, the B4 Garden, love that place.
Everyone should see it, you know.
Genuinely, everyone should see it. It's so lovely, such a nice place to sit. G floor, where you like meet everyone and you have like all these different places to eat. Even like the terrace, like just hanging out there when the weather is nice with friends. Of course, like very good professors. The community is nice. There's like, as I said, the communities for like whether it's like a nationality or like clubs where people meet with interests. And one of my personal favorites is the International Day. I experienced it 2 years so far, and it is genuinely always such a fun experience.
Yeah.
Like organizing it or being a part of it or like seeing how excited people are.
It was
to
also
show you their
amazing
culture.
experience for me to see new cultures,
Yeah.
that new foods, new songs,
Yeah.
new clothes
Yeah.
that I have never seen in my life, that I have never tasted in my life, the foods. You know, it was amazing day.
Yeah, it genuinely is. Even like
There was more than 30 stands with the countries,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. And every international student was making own foods,
Yeah.
and they were introducing their
Yeah.
country, their culture. It was also so precious experience for me.
Exactly. And you know, like the very interesting part is like majority of these like culture representing students, they like never wore their outfit before, like their traditional outfit before. So even to them it's like a first time experience, because like usually these type of like culture representing outfits or such and such are like starting to die down. But for like such an opportunity for people to just be very proud of who they are and show it, I think it's like, as I said, an absolute favorite of mine. I genuinely thoroughly enjoyed the International Day and hope to experience it one last time this year.
Yeah, we can say just come to the Medipol and see by yourself
Yes.
these experiences. You should be having these experiences by yourself.
You definitely should.
So guys, we're glad to hosting Habiba here, and we listen her experiences and her process in Medipol University. It was amazing experience for us. Thank you for coming.
And thank you for inviting me. It was genuinely very lovely.
Just keep watching for the new videos and to see the new departments in Radio Medipol and in the international office of the Medipol University. Have a good day. Thank you so much.